Hey guys, so remember what I said about some YouTube dangerous dinosaurs? Not happening. I'm just gonna confirm that. And you remember when I said something about T-Rex being a stool to this thing? Yeah, I'm not lying. There would be a complete stool. If you already forgot this word or you haven't seen it, watch it. This is Paleoloxodon. Paleoloxodon was the largest elephant to ever exist. And Goji Center, shout out to them, did a pretty good and pretty accurate job of how accurate the Paleoloxodon would be compared to the Tyrant Lizard King. 13 feet tall is how tall the Tyrant Lizard King is. This formidable predator would have been easily able to kill, but compared to Paleoloxodon, Tyrannosaurus Rex would be smoked in a fight. Paleoloxodon would could literally one-shot Tyrannosaurus right at the face or the belly, and that would be the end of the Tyrant Lizard King. Actually, at the side, top 10 animals that could kill T-Rex. This guy should have been one of them. And if Kenzel could kill it, why wasn't it on the list? I don't know. There's many animals that could kill Tyrannosaurs that didn't make the final cut on that. Paleoloxodon was most likely related to Indian elephants. Some close due to where it's usually found. The first Paleoloxodon skeleton was discovered in April of 2011. I know it was discovered in 2011. I think it was in April. Actually, that's the same year my birthday is. So Paleoloxodon was first discovered on the same year I was born. Paleoloxodon, it seems like it would be aggressive. Indian elephants are commonly slightly more aggressive than African elephants. And from the Dinofacts, sauropods aren't sweet. Sauropods are definitely not sweet. Any animal that weighs over 3 tons is often hyper-aggressive. You can see that example in hippos and elephants of the modern day. And you already gotta pray soul if Paleoloxodon pulls up to you. But if it was in musk like today's elephants, oh boy, you're dead meat. Paleoloxodon would have been really fast. It would not have been fast, but it would have been very on guard. It would be tough to play offense if you're close to the same size as Paleoloxodon. Because of elephants of today, many elephants can make sharp turns due to how they distribute their weight all over the body. So they can make really fast turns. If you were a predator trying to challenge Paleoloxodon, you would have a very hard time trying to finish off Paleoloxodon. First reason is it's good defense. It's similar to elephants today, where they will surround the young calves that when they're being attacked by a large group of lions or hyenas. And you gotta pray to God that you're not on the death list for Paleoloxodon. and if it made the final cut on 72 Dangerous Animals Prehistory, it would have destroyed the lineup it was put in. There's many animals I know are less dangerous than Paleoloxodon. If I could replace one animal and put Paleo, I would. And I'd say that animal would be maybe like a Retrosuchus. Not a Retrosuchus, but something like maybe one of the maybe like, I don't know. I think if I would replace one of the animals, Uncle Pristus, I would replace that. I would 100% replace it with Paleoloxodon. But that's not just the first animal on this giant list. Oh boy, we got plenty. Because what do you cross a hyena? What do you get if you cross a puma and a cougar, puma or mountain lion, whatever you call it, and a lion? You get the American lion. The largest feline to ever exist. Now these are no pushover. Only cave lions and some pretty large saber-toothed cats could even think of starting to mess around with this. This predator would have hunted almost anything in its place. If you gave it in its area, it would have been absolutely dangerous. Now, trim that down a little bit. Even though they didn't live at the same time, the American lion, I don't think it'll take over like 20 American lions to take down Paleoloxodon. But that's just hard. The American lions would have actually been known to sneak up on their prey, like today's lion. They were the largest feline to ever exist. And seriously, when you got shoes to fill up smile, when you're like nearly almost 3 times the size heavier than the largest feline living today, which is the Siberian tiger, you really are something dangerous. Siberian tigers could break a bear's face with one swipe of their paw. So imagine this swiping its claw at you. But both these animals are not even close to the next animal. Meet the largest land mammal, terrestrial mammal to ever exist, Intricatheer. I pronounce it weirdly. For some reason, I don't know why. Intricatheer is the largest mammal on land, terrestrial mammal. Only being dwarfed in size by mammals by very few whales. These things rivaled humpback whale in size. And a humpback whale is very large. But surprisingly, these guys are not closely related to what you think they are. I'll give you 3 guesses on what this thing is the closest cousin this is. 3, 2, 1. You got it? Now now if you're wrong, you owe me money. Of course I'm joking. Just forget about the animal unless if you thought a rhino. Yeah, they look more related to horses, zebras, the devils of Africa. I'm not exaggerating. Royal horses could literally send you to God himself. And giraffe. Yeah, it looks like it's related to those, but it's actually closely related to rhinos. White rhinos, to be more specific. Finally, I can say that word clearly. these herbivores could have literally one stomp and destroyed you and your family. And they lived in Mongolia. So when they lived, they had to grow fast. Because entelodonts and hyenodons, maybe bear dogs, maybe most likely not, could literally fold them. And hyenodons seem small in the documentary Walking with Beasts. But just like they said, they're around the same size of rhinos, which Intricathera is mostly closely related to. Now, they were as big as rhinos. It didn't specify if it was in weight, length, any other of that good stuff. Hyenodonts were one of the most dangerous animals during its time. But they literally could get... If you see a baby Intricathera, which you most likely won't get in your lifetime because they're extinct, you need to run, because the next thing that's going to come is the large mother that could literally one-shot you. Anywhere, one kick would have sent you to God himself. And this is another animal that actually could defeat the Tyrant Lizard King. Now, not every animal could defeat it in a fight, but it wasn't really a top predator of where it lived. These predators literally could stomp one time and bang, dead meat on a human. Now take that information from paleo, downsize it to mastodon, and you already got a canine that can hunt it. The largest canine ever, Prehistoric. Largest hyenodont, actually, I believe. There's no way Prehistoric is not heavy. Prehistoric would have hunted mastodons and other close cousins of elephants. You already know, if Prehistoric decided to murder you, you're dead. Rhyperiodon definitely deserved third place. Prehistoric definitely would have been ranked much higher. Megapiranha was much more overly ranked. Except for nature's prehistory. Like, seriously. Like, 16th place. Prehistoric only got 30. Prehistoric, during its time, could kill elephants. And it's ranked lower on the killing list. Most dangerous list of Megapiranha. This probably ain't making any sense. It's not making sense. I just want to clarify something. Seahawks definitely deserve to take second place. Dakota Raptor could hold third, but Seahawks was levels more dangerous than it. But still, Spinosaurus would have won that episode. But just Prehistoric would have not been a speed predator. It looks like it would have, but actually it would not. In fact, it was an ambush predator. Wait, what? It could have literally wait right behind it. And they can reach 30 miles, so if they actually decide to go supersonic speed, you wouldn't even be able to outrun it. One jump from Prehistoric anywhere could spell your doom. But it's not just mammals. The most famous group of animals that seem to get larger are the bugs. For example, this thing. Now, this one right here. I forgot the name, so we're just going to go by this one. This thing was the size of eagles. Hawks, actually. These things were massive. And during their time, they could just pick on animals such as Mesophile. Mesophile was the largest spider. Get up here. The size of a dinner plate spider. Mesophile was... Okay, I'll talk about it later. And this predator would have literally destroyed, would have literally stole kills from animals such as mesophila and small reptiles. But they could have decided time to hunt. Back today, dragonflies have the highest success in hunting than any other animal on the planet. So bring this in this scenario, and you can say goodbye to frog species, snake species, lizard species, and in many insect species too. These predators would have one-shotted all of them with a dangerous bite. Luckily, they weren't human size, so be able. But at second best, they're allowed to be extinct. They can be extinct. God retired this thing from life. I'm actually happy about it. These things they were able to pick on anything that they wanted to. They mostly stole kills, but that didn't stop them from hunting. They would have hunted like there was no tomorrow. With dragonflies having the highest success rate, hunting each day, each year, with a 90% chance of catching a meal. This thing would have overpowered that and made that 100%. They were fast. And they didn't just pick on kills. No, they would go full hunting on it. Another famous beast, Arthropleura. Arthropleura looked large, but actually was. Of course, I'm joking. These things can get over 10 feet long. Actually, I only think they max around 8. But luckily for us, they weren't venomous because they do look like they're closely related to zombies and could kill you in one quick bite. But in reality, they wouldn't be able to, because mostly they will eat plants. They just eat plants their entire life, and they have jaws. Now, I'm just gonna say something. Some people might disagree with me, but I think the design of Arthropleura was slightly overrated in life on Earth. Like, this design I prefer. It was a still impressive design, but it would most likely look like this, and what it looked like in that show. No spoilers. He was looking for true love. These animals were pretty massive, with males reaching about 8 feet and females dwarfing them in size, of reaching almost 13. These beasts would have been able to. Well, actually, most likely they would have not been able to stare directly at a human. If they did, they would have most likely done like cobras. Their body was a little too heavy to lift up, but if they could, that'd be impressive. Also, males were most likely lighter, because why? Because most animal kingdom, in the bug kingdom, males are smaller than females. But seriously, seriously, only males would be able to climb trees. And even then, they would have not scaled up, climbed directly up. Most of the time, they were ground dwellers or climbed trees that fell over. But still, that's impressive. And luckily, these things were a carnivore, because if humans were pretty slow, then these things would catch up to us in mere seconds. Luckily, they weren't able to directly kill, so they mostly fed on vegetables. This is the largest scorpion to ever exist. This is Pomona scorpion. Now, some people are like, what do you mean largest? What about the sea scorpions? Well, in reality, they weren't true scorpions. Pomonas was a true scorpion. While the sea scorpions were actually more closely related to tetrapods than true scorpions. That's a thing called convergent evolution, where animals look like they're mostly related to something when they're actually not related. That's why the hyrax, which will be in 72 Weirdest Animals, looks like it's more related to rodents, but it's actually more related, actually in the family tree, on a family holiday, it would go to his cousins, elephant, manatee, and dugong. Oh, don't forget rhinos and the subtractor of humans, hippos, which won 72 Dangerous Animals in Africa. Congratulations to Hippo. Pomona scorpion would have been 3 feet long. That doesn't sound large, but in scorpion terms, that's way too large. Like, seriously. It would have been able to one-shot a human in multiple stings. It's still being argued if Pomona scorpion was venomous. But most arguments are saying that Pomona scorpion would have been venomous. Until we find a venom gland, we would finally know exactly if it was venomous or not. Actually, I don't think scorpions have venom glands. No, they store it in their tails. Never mind the thing I just said. I just got a little confused. Pomona Scorpius, to be more specific. I can finally say that word. I used to say specific. I used to say it like that. Pomona scorpion would have been pretty large. And actually, most likely, Pomona scorpion would have hunted almost everything. There was much more oxygen than there actually were today. So that led these animals to grow completely larger than what they are today. Pomona scorpius would have been the apex predator and would have easily able to one-shot something very small. And just in case if you don't think Pomona scorpion is massive, search up Pomona scorpion size compared to a house cat. Then you'll be like, that is massive. Pomona scorpius would have most likely been like most large scorpions. I almost thought I was going to lose you guys. Like, I'm not being able to focus. For some reason my filming device is like going on and off. That's why I wasn't able to film what the HE double hockey sticks due to that reason. And I actually had some dark pictures, like colored dark. The colorations were dark, so I had to keep moving this to wake up my iPad and make sure that it didn't turn off on you guys. So sorry about that. I'm gonna be making a Thanksgiving theme film. It's gonna be more like what my next video will be after 72 Dangerous Animals North America episode 9, I believe, yeah. So let's continue. Brontosaurus would have been able to one-shot a human. Not actually. The real way to tell if a scorpion is venomous is if the claws are much more larger than this. The claws are very large compared to the body, then it's not as venomous. But the claws are pretty small compared to the body, then it is venomous. Anyways, but the Carboniferous period, I can't pronounce that word, birthed many of the large insects, including Mesophile. Mesophile, we were all first introduced to Mesophile in Walking with Monsters. I prefer Walking with Monsters over that. Just better narrate. Like better art designs because it was in the news actually. Mesophile was the largest spider to ever exist due to its weight. No one talks about other spiders, but actually scientists are arguing that it might have been a convergent evolution once again. A scenario of convergent evolution. That might sound us completely off what they're actually most closely related to. So yeah. Mesophile would have not been that dangerous. I thought they were much more dangerous than people say, but most spiders are pretty venomous. And Mesophile would not have been an exception. Mesophile would have been able to have the venom to kill a human in mere minutes. Actually, I'm just trying to fix my carpet. Good. This predator would have been easily able to one-shot a human. I almost fell off my chair. If we were like 3 inches tall. Mesophile was the size of a house cat. That's due to the carbonavirus. Much more oxygen, I just explained for this guy. But scientists are wondering how the heck did sea scorpions get as large as they were. I don't know, something. My throat just felt weird. Scientists still are wondering. It was most likely due to the same reasons why animals like Mesophile, Scorpion, and Arthropleura, and don't forget that guy, are large. But there's still most likely due to the same reasons, and also the increase in food. Now on to the big birds. Pelican, the largest bird to ever exist. Actually, scientists are starting to believe that elephant bird, the Modo, will be the largest bird to ever exist, but that's just not us. We real. Pelican was the largest. Well, even though if we didn't know that, Pelican was confirmed the largest carnivorous bird. Not all birds are carnivorous. Many were grass eaters. I would have fought with some of the earliest elephants that left the water. Yeah, first ancestors of elephants were in the water. And most likely of the time were in pairs. That is pretty common with many terror birds. Mostly only being found in terror birds such as... Most likely, they're only found in terror birds as forest rockets. Did you know that? Yeah, you already know that. This art design really underestimates how large these beasts could actually get. 10 feet tall. And they would have not hunted massive. They would have hunted earliest ancestors of elephants. But there's one other beast. Ta-da! Just like this photo. It doesn't really show how large. It shows that they're slightly too large. Meet the famous Argentavis. We all pronounce it differently. I pronounce it Argentavis. Zephyr Nature also pronounces it Argentavis. And Dinofax pronounces it Argentavis. But it's fine. Let people pronounce what they want, how they want to pronounce it. These predators were most likely carrion eaters. but would have actually hunted other things. There's still an argument going on that I already forgot what its name was. Oogly Boogie, yeah. So this beast, let me just clean my filming device. So this predator would have actually hunted animals like ancient armadillos and other things. This predator would have easily able to kill a human, like a small child. They were pretty large beasts. Argentavis would have been able to one-shot a human in like mere seconds. It would have been able to grab and drop a human or push a human off a cliff. They only regularly stand around 4 feet tall. They were pretty small compared to most others. They were one bird that you really wouldn't want to mess with. But both are slightly large. But the Shaquille O'Neal penguin, Kumio, I think. This penguin was only discovered this year and is the largest penguin to ever exist. So why did they use Shaq? No. And not the rickety old Shaq in your back there. I mean, the four-time NBA champion team that has been I believe has been on 2 teams, the Lakers and I think he was on Minnesota one time. No, I think it was on Magic Johnson. You know Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. In fact, I don't even think they asked. They literally made an actual size comparison from Shaquille O'Neal to this bird. It is massive. You really can't underestimate it. They most likely hunted fish similar to the size of many fish today. Like bass. Mostly hunted fish like, I believe, the same size as tuna. And they were massive. Honestly, they could dwarf Shaquille O'Neal. One of the animals that actually is. What the heck? What the heck happened? Jump scare. Jump scare. Do you guys still hear me? Quickly reset. Jump scare. I just got a call and it immediately hanged up. This predator would have been able to kill a human. If the human was about the same size of a salmon, I don't know. These formidable predators could one-shot a fish. It actually seem like they have a long enough beak to hunt, similar to Quetzalcoatlus and the very famous very, very extremely famous blue heron. A heron. Famous herons. Herons are very famous. Herons are very famous. All I can remember is Quetzalcoatlus came to feature. His beak was snapped in two. Bro, shut up. I actually remember that voice moment where that word was used. That wasn't a nice word. Or whoever said that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for how you lost. You probably unsubscribed. I'm sorry for your loss. Because I'm joking. Okay. Alright. This predator would have most likely been dwarfing many animals. One thing that really could stand right above them is this. Prionosuchus. Prionosuchus, I thought, was a little too high on the list. I'll be reviewing what they said was more inaccurate. The most accurate. Prionosuchus was over, I believe, a mosasaur endangered factor, which really shouldn't be because mosasaurs are walking death machines, swimming. These predators would have been able to kill humans, and were actually one of the apex predators. And due to the decrease of water, was actually how these guys died. In fact, if it went dry, majority of the amphibians on the world would just go out like a mass extinction. Prehistoric was massive, very large. Jaw was almost around 5 feet, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 6. Its whole head was around like 5 feet. It was large. Prehistoric could easily kill a human with one quick bite. It'll just grab you and say, "Okay, time to get rid of you." Sometimes it would not even been needing to kill. It could have used its very sharp teeth to grab you and just swallow you whole. Unless if you abrupt its stomach. This predator would have been pretty dangerous. But still, that should have been ranked a little lower. Prehistoric would have been very dangerous humans. And another one is this beast. This could kill Tyrannosaurus Rex. I forgot the name from the very much wrong episode on YouTube, Dangerous Animals, episode 11, I say. This is me. Of course I'm joking. It's not me. I look sexier than that. I don't know why. I just said that. This is Mastodonsaurus. Yeah, they took one of the largest, most aggressive members of the woolly mammoth, of the elephant family, and put Saurus and gave the name to this guy. Chubby little boy. These predators would have been dangerous too, and were the second largest amphibian, right behind Prehistoric. You know what, guys? We should have a fight. These predators would have been easily able to one-shot a human, and would have. Okay. Hey, no, I don't want that. This predator would have grabbed a human. I'm just trying to clean my monitor. One would have been able to grab a human and drag it under and swallow it whole. These predators were pretty formidable and dangerous. And this thing was cool as Sucus, but much larger. These predators, I thought, should have been a little ranked higher than what they actually got. Fight! These predators were very dangerous and would have been easily able to kill a human in one quick shot. I'm not lying. Would have murdered in one quick shot. Prehistoric was very dangerous and would have been easily able to wipe a human predators. Now, it lived around the same time when the Earth, I just sent my mom something, was considerably warmer. That's why many animals were gigantic too. Due to the rise in temperature. That's why. But this was actually not the reason. In fact, due to the oxygen and the food, they got large. These predators would have been dangerous and would have fought somewhere like this. But they would have both would compare to this beast. This is Hydrothe. I thought I was saying something right, but then I stuttered. This is Hymeria. Hymeria should have been on the list too. Any animals in this video that should have been on the list and make it. Hymeria actually did attack like a killer whale. That's why it had very large flippers and wasn't a lobe-fin fish. They were actually the largest non-lobe-fin fish in freshwater. Might have actually been closely related to fish like bass today and pike. The design of it in Walking with Monsters was very good. They would have easily able to kill a human. And they were the second largest freshwater fish to ever exist. Who took first place? Rhizodus, lobe-fin fish. Rhizodus scares the entire competition away when you're swimming in a swamp. Rhizodus would have one-shotted a human in like mere minutes. It would have hunted animals the same size of humans too. Like seriously, this was just danger in a pack. It would have been ranked extremely high on the list. I believe it would have been ranked very high on the list. These predators were highly dangerous and could one-shot a human. And look at those nasty teeth. Like, jeez, dude. They were just out there, killing. And they were the apex predator of their time. Nothing would dare want to risk with this thing. These guys were much heavier than the largest swamp-living animal today. Saltwater crocodiles or a sturgeon. A blue sturgeon. These highly dangerous predators could easily grab you and drown you. Back to one bite on like everywhere from the head high to the middle part down. Any bite there would immediately cause death. If it chomped off your legs, then it would take like a few milliseconds, then you would be lucky enough to embrace a sweet death. But this thing doesn't compare to swamp beasts. This is Prehistoric, the largest crocodilian to ever exist, and the largest terrestrial reptile to ever exist. Yes, I just got stuck in the chair. Don't judge me. I broke free. This predator would have been easily able to one-shot a human in like one bite. And this didn't matter. Everything on the menu of Prehistoric was everything that lived near it. Anything and everything would have been on the menu. Would have been on Prehistoric's menu. And this thing bags groceries in the worst way. It doesn't even care. It will just grab you and drag you right under. And use its crushing bite. And it found out that their bite is literally meant to just is the bite as hard as it can. It wasn't meant to do damage. Actually, it was. It was meant to not to slice you like many crocodiles. Its bite was meant to just crush you. Like crush you from the inside out. This was Mega Piranha. And even it looks small compared to this Prehistoric. Prehistoric was one of the most dangerous animals in its time. There's nothing you can do to survive a Prehistoric attack. If you enter Prehistoric's water, you're gonna be immediately praying that Prehistoric finishes it quick. It doesn't even seem like it needs to chomp you neck. It seems like all it needs is to get you like almost halfway down the throat and crush you to death. Look at how small this most likely junior Prehistoric is making this Mega Piranha look. Mega Piranha can max out at 3 feet long. That's crazy. The one thing Prehistoric would never become a snack is to Titanoboa. Titanoboa was one of the largest actually the largest snake to ever live on this planet. And the way Siri pronounces it is weird. He pronounces it like Tintinaboa. These predators were easily able to kill a human in one quick shot. One bite would have ended a human's life. Of course, I'm joking. But if you escaped, you would have died from blood loss. And if it got its wrapper on you, you just want to pray that it finishes its murder business quick, so you can finally see God. This predator would have been easily able to one-shot a human. There would have been almost nothing you could do to survive this beast. This predator would have easily wiped you from existence. Like, if an anaconda grabs you, there's only two things you can do. Put your hand deeper in its mouth, and you could break free, or pour hand sanitizer. But there's a third option. Don't go in anaconda-infested waters in the first place. But in this scenario, you can't push your hand deeper into its mouth. It'll just get caught deeper, causing you to bleed out faster. Which will Sorry, I sneezed. My allergies are getting bad. And the only real thing you could do is like pour a bunch of hand sanitizer. And that would hurt. And the likely chances of you bleeding to death are almost 100. But it compares to Megalania. Can't even compare to Megalania Prisca. Prehistoric could wipe a human from existence. Megalania could. I'm glad Megalania was closest cousins to modern monitor lizards more than Komodo dragons, which are monitor lizards. These formidable predators were easily able to one-shot a human. They were venomous. They were a member of the monitor lizard family. So they were 100% venomous. And they would have 100% used that venom to erase you from existence. This predator would have easily been able to one-shot a human. There was almost nothing you could do to avoid Megalania. Megalania would have been easily able to kill a human. And one quick shot to the head would have ended you. One bite and you would have been dead in like seconds. Most of the animals would have been dead in minutes. But since you were so small, compared to Megalania, you would die in seconds. Like, all monitor lizards need one. Komodo dragon and Megalania only need one bite onto you. That to actually cause your death. They were really dangerous animals. Komodo dragons are much more dangerous than you actually believe they are. They're extremely dangerous, and you could easily lose your life. What about the largest turtle? Mosasaurus. This is Archelon. We all like turtles, kids. I like this art design of Archelon, but I don't like the eyes of Archelon in this. But besides the eyes, it's a pretty good Archelon. Archelon was the largest turtle ever exist, and the Leviathan turtle is actually challenging it in size. Scientists are debating that Archelon was larger. It was the largest swimming sea turtle. It would have been easily able to kill a human in one quick bite. This thing would have wiped you from existence. Like, you would have seen white the second Of course, I'm joking. Most of the time, they were sea turtles. I would not have been able to want to kill a human. These predators would have been easily able to kill a human. They could chomp you clean in half with that beak. If they were feeling aggressive, then you could be dead. And as they're larger and have bigger flippers, then it could literally chomp you in half. And literally, Archelon could make you visit your dead uncle. Unless if your uncle's alive, which is good for you. Not sorry for your loss, unless you don't like your uncle. And Mosasaurus. You already saw it. Mosasaurus was a very particularly large fish. I didn't say it was slightly overbreed in 72 Dangerous Animals Prehistory. Like, I thought Lyperiodon should won that title. Leviathan. I'm thinking about Lyperiodon. I don't know. Leviathan definitely should win that title. And like Megalodon, Megalodon second, Mosasaurus third, Megalodon fourth. Let's just continue. This predator would have been able to kill a human. And actually, there's been eggs found on eggs. So it's actually weird to think about that Mosasaurus could have been able to crawl on land and lay eggs. That would have been extremely strange. These apex predators would have been easily able to kill a human being in 1 quick minute. 1 pounce on them and one quick bite anywhere and you were dead meat from this thing. Mosasaurus could literally take you out in mere seconds. Mosasaurus is extremely dangerous. There's almost nothing you could do to actually swim a Mosasaurus. But there's something slightly more scary. Shinisaurus. Largest sea reptile to ever exist, and another hot take for 72 Dangerous Animals Prehistory. If it made the final cut, Shinisaurus would have won. Shinisaurus was one of the most dangerous sea reptiles. It was very fast due to its massive flippers. Every scuba diver knows that the longer flippers, the faster it goes. So Shonisaurus would have been pretty fast. And it's large. They are larger than Megalodon itself. Shonisaurus would have been pretty dangerous. And the original title holder for the largest sea reptile belonged to Shustosaurus. This animal is the largest animal on the list. It was larger than every shark that ever existed. This formidable predator could easily wipe out a human. Now, this thing would have been a very dangerous sea beast. But who doesn't like a good old story about the Kraken? Toothless was the Jurassic Kraken and fought Mosasaurus, which made them much more dangerous than most people would expect them to be. They would easily be able to wipe a human from complete existence. And actually were more closely related to cuttlefish than true squids. So the photo on top would have been slightly more inaccurate than the photo on bottom. The Jurassic Kraken would have been able to one-shot a human. And there would have also been nothing you could do. These beasts fought Mosasaurus and could easily extinct them. And who doesn't like an overpowered animal? I dropped something. Dunkleosteus. I meant for something else. Dunkleosteus definitely made the list. The new size estimate is pretty inaccurate. But Dunkleosteus, there's many evidence to suggest that Dunkleosteus would have been much larger than that new size estimate. Dunkleosteus would have been easily able to chomp a human clean in half. And definitely deserves to win episode 9. Yeah. Episode 9 should have gone to Dunkleosteus. These predators would have been easily able to kill a human in nearly a minute. There was almost absolutely nothing that would have competed with Dunkleosteus. It was the true apex predator of its time. In the Devonian period. These predators would have been able to one-shot a human in only mere minutes. Dunkleosteus would have been able to kill and eat a human in like mere minutes. Dunkleosteus takes first place. Estes second. Megabaron third. That sounds right. Over. Okay. But who doesn't like a very overpowered animal? The one I was talking about. Leviathan. Show one episode. The finals. Much more dangerous than Mosasaurus itself. Leviathan would have dwarfed any animals. But it's actually not as large as you think. Leviathan would have fought the Megalodon. But there was one thing that actually truly happened. That actually does happen. Well, actually not. The size. It was at, well, most animals, actually almost all of them, prehistoric animals are larger than their counterpart. Their today counterpart. Leviathan was a completely different story. These predators would have been easily able to kill a human in one quick bite. But they were slightly smaller than today's sperm whales. So making sperm whales today's sperm whales the largest animal to ever exist. They were most likely hunting cetaceans, which only have two members. Whales, like themselves, and dolphins. They were pretty fast and dangerous. The largest venomous animal in the ocean is here next. I meant something else completely. Predator X was the largest pliosaur, except for nature being completely confused. They were only discovered recently, in 2016. So it's been 7 years ever since they were first discovered. But they are still one pretty dangerous predator that are known to one-shot humans. Excuse me, I have not a good nose today. Predator X would have been the largest pliosaur. And been able to one-shot a human in mere minutes. Like one quick bite could chomp a human completely in half. Predator X should have been featured in this movie too, but wasn't. The largest pliosaur to ever exist was Predator X. Now the largest venomous animal in the ocean, Paleofish. Paleofish was the second largest venomous animal, only behind, like Megalodon. My eyes are being blind. Close the curtains. This predator would have easily been able to one-shot a human. They were most likely venomous because they were most likely slow. And just like he said, death. One quick bite would subdue a fish. Just imagine this thing biting into you. This thing would have killed you in seconds. Even if it didn't have venom, its fangs were dangerous. Would chomp you completely clean in half. These predators were easily able to one-shot a human. And will kill. Could kill and will kill Basilosaurus and some Mosasaurs. Some sharks too. Paleofish was one of the oversized animals. Finally, the last animal to ever exist, Megalodon. Of course, I'm joking. Megalodon, the last animal on this entire list. Now, it's time to get one thing clear. Megalodon is not alive today. First, there's no way a predator that peaked in the Pliocene that would have killed Leviathan lives still today due to how much food is gone. 2, by now we would have seen a body. And 3, it was much more cold. And the waters are shallow, so there is not too many good habitats for megalodon to give birth. Yeah, I said it, give birth. Yeah, they gave birth. These predators would have been easily able to one-shot a human. And I'm surprised that pressure shark in the photo is not going to become dead meat. Because the megalodon could literally just chomp them. Megalodon was not as dangerous as most people would say. But they still were. And are. One of the most feared animals in the earth. Anyways, thanks for watching my videos. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you're not. And I'll see you in the next one.